What do you think you're playing at? Parking here. Which is what somebody might say if I hadn't disguised my van and myself as a security company. As you can see from the van, it just looks like a normal white van with security protecting you since 1984. And then the phone number. It says 1984 because that's the year I was born. So this is it. I figured it was about time I tried out a new disguise. So I've gone a little bit more subtle this time. I literally just have this here. And it's just one on this side as well. But other than that, it just looks like a normal plain white van. So I kind of went for like smaller signs on this one because I figured security companies aren't necessarily going to want to flaunt their company as much as a builder's van would. So the signs are slightly smaller, but I think it's a lot more discreet. So I'm in Falmouth and there's been a food festival this weekend, and I figured I might actually be able to just park at the side of the road with these signs on the van and no one will think anything of it because there's going to be a lot of security around at festivals and events and things. So that was my thinking behind it. But at the same time, I didn't really want to go there when it was really, really busy because I probably won't get any sleep. So I've come on the last day, so it should be pretty much just winding down now. So I'm going to drive into town, find somewhere to park up, and as it's 5 o'clock in the evening already, I'm probably just going to start getting ready for bed, cook myself some dinner, and then tomorrow hopefully I can get out and do something in the water. Now for anybody that's new to the channel, this isn't just a normal bog standard white van. It is a camper van. I've converted it with no windows, so from the outside it just looks like a normal white panel van. So, and the signs that are written on the side are fully magnetic, so I can remove them and replace them with other signs if I need to. Okay, I've just driven past somewhere. Let's just hope no one nabs it before I get back to it. Right, I am in position. I think I'm going to just go chill out in the back for a little bit, let the dust settle, and then when I go out into town later, if I go out for a little wander, I might go to a pub, then I will wear this when I leave the van, and then I'll take it off, and then before I get back to the van I'll put this back on so that I look like somebody that's been working security and has just finished their shift. As far as it goes, I think I've got quite a good spot here. I think I'm going to be pretty well lit up from the outside with the street lights, so that's pretty good. I can see all the way around the van, which is even better. But I've just sat, for anybody that's, let me take this off, sweaty. For anybody that's new to this channel, I actually built this little toilet box here last week. I was really looking forward to this camp today because I figured, well, I'll be able to use it for the first time. And I've just come back here and I had a pee, off camera obviously, because nobody needs to see that. And unfortunately, when I built this, I built it with the door open, didn't I? With this sliding door open. So it won't go all the way back. The problem is it's hitting this. It is super frustrating that happens. I mean, I could just take this stop off and that would solve the problem, but I think that's there for a reason, to stop the door sort of coming off at the end or something, I don't know. Worst case scenario, I just move the box this way just so that it clears that, and then I'll just have to rescribe the bottom. But it's just very, very annoying. This is why I always say it's important for you to use your vans, because then you'll know what works and what doesn't work, and that clearly isn't going to work. I'm going to go for a little wander into town. When I say little wander, I'm probably just going to go to the pub. Do a little apart from the bag. It's got a bit of high vis on it. Okay, I'm going to go out the passenger side of my best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I think it works. I'm pretty confident that it works. Got my security on my high vis, and this is pretty cool. I mean, this just looks like a delivery van, but it's got a sliding door bulkhead on the inside. That could quite easily be, there's no DHL van because the stickers have been taken off, but it looks like they've kept the bulkhead in. That could quite easily be somebody's home. And now I'm just a regular person. I always point this out whenever I come to Falmouth. I never park in this car park anymore because I actually got ripped off in there once. I did make a video about how I got a parking ticket even though I parked legally in this car park. I'll link it at the end. So now I never use this car park. I mean, considering it's supposed to be a food festival, granted this is the last day of it and everything's probably packed up, but over here is Event Square where there would normally be loads of stalls and music playing and everything, and it's completely empty. So I might have missed it completely, which is fine because I'm not planning on eating anything here anyway.
Shook me like a hurricane, fanned an old forgotten flame. There's nobody else to blame. It's you, just you. You were so pretty, so polite. Sold me on a summer's night.
If all else fails, go to the chain locker.
It's you, just you. And I don't mind giving up my time for a minute of your love.
So I nursed a pint. Let's go back to the van. My goodness. Really started hammering him down then at the end. Goodbye world. So I know I said that I was going to put on my high vis to get back in the van, but it was raining, so don't judge me. Now, I don't know whether you remember this, but I recently promoted Italian beers from my friends over at Beer 52. But did you know they also have a wine club? That's right, and they call it Wine 52. And they're offering you a free case of 3 stunning wines from the Italian South. Just go to www.wine52.com/love and cover the postage to receive 3 unique wines you won't find anywhere else. And Wine 52 is a club with a difference. As a true wine discovery club, their experts create a new and exciting range of wines from a different region each month. Such as this batch is covering wines such as this one from Sicily, and this is the one we're going to be trying today. So this wine is called Storia de Amori. I'm probably butchering that, but I've never been able to speak Italian, so I'm not going to pretend that I know how to. Right, let's give it a go. Did you notice I poured myself a proper glass as well? Cheers. That's nice. I'm just going to keep drinking that. A classic red wine with elegant expressions from Global Wine's highest rated island, Sicily. The sophisticated aroma of strawberries, yeah, I can get that, and cherries, is perfectly complemented by a decadent fruit palette. And that's probably why I like this one, because it's just very easy to drink. One of the other wines in the boxes that I got sent was this one here, which is another Sicilian wine, and this is called Coretto, and this is a white. And that's one of the good things about Wine 52 as well, is if you like white wine, you can just order a white case. If you like red wine, you can just order the red, or you can ask for a mixed case, and then you'll get sent a bit of both. And not forgetting that you get a copy of Glug magazine. I mean, how cool a name is that? Glug. I didn't know that about wine. As well as 2 tasty snacks. Some of these and some of those. And even after all that, if you're still unsatisfied, you can simply pause or cancel at any time. So remember, that's www.wine52.com/love to claim your free case of delicious wine today. That's wine52.com/love. Thank you again to Wine52 for sponsoring today's video. I might as well just finish this off now. Now I think it's about dinner time. And what I want to do for dinner is, in my opinion, the ultimate beans on toast. And for any of my American viewers that don't understand how good beans on toast can be, your mind is about to be blown. Bit of that. Nice. So you're probably wondering what goes into the ultimate beans on toast. Well, to start with, you need beans. And these are just normal Heinz beans in a rich tomato sauce. Apparently it's one of your 5 a day. I'm doing this in a frying pan because these are only small tins and it just seemed a bit easier. Now to cook my toast, I'm going to do it in the Ridge Monkey. I've got 2 slices here and these will be put in there, and what I'll probably need to do is flip them halfway. So first thing I'm going to do is get the toast toasting and actually open the roof hatch a little bit. Not too much because it is raining. Okay, toast is starting to burn, so we're going to flip that. Ouch. And flip that one as well. There we go. This is probably not going to be the most toasted of toast that I've ever toasted, but it will still be toast. Probably not done as much as I'd want it to be if I was at home, but done enough for in a camper van. Bit of butter. Then we take a cheese triangle. I've gone for Laughing Cow, but you can use Dairy or Philadelphia or anything that you want. That goes on there. We then rub it in. Not really a spreading in, it's more of a rubbing in. Now this next stage is a little bit controversial because not everyone likes Marmite. If you do like Marmite, chuck a little bit of this on the other slice of toast, okay? Again, if you don't like Marmite, you don't need to add it. But I like Marmite, so I'm adding it. If you're Australian, you can add Vegemite, fairly similar. It's not the same, but it's quite similar. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stack these 2 like this, okay, on top of each other. We're then going to get a knife and we're going to cut these 2 slices of toast that we got into little cubes. Well, I say little cubes. We're going to cut them into cubes as best as you can do with whatever tools you've got. Once they're all cut up into cubes, we're going to chuck them all in a bowl. You can break it up as it goes in if you've not cut all the way through. Beautiful. Okay, so we end up with a bowl like that. Then we take our beans, which we've cooked very nicely, and we're going to chuck them on top. And then the finishing part of this ultimate beans on toast is we're going to put some grated cheese on top. Yes, we are cheese overloading this. So now I have the ultimate beans on toast, a can of Pepsi. I'm going to sit here and enjoy it. You're probably thinking, well, Sean, why did you cut it up into little squares? It just means that I can eat it with just a fork. Oh, yes. None of this sitting at a table, knife and fork, cutting through your bread. Bite-sized pieces. Chef's kiss. So if you happen to have your very own ultimate beans on toast, like I had this evening, with or without the Marmite, then maybe send me a picture on Instagram, because I'd love to know what you think. Anyway, if I'm going to survive tonight, I need to be able to access this toilet. So I might have to break my stealth cover, open this sliding door so I can lift the lid up of the toilet, and then I'll shut the door again. I need to turn my lights off. Alright. It's pretty rainy out there. That's pretty solid there now. Is that preventing my door from shutting properly? I don't think so. That's fine. I'm gonna have to change this. I've also decided as well, since using this van for this one night, I definitely don't like these hooks up here that I put up the other day. And the reason is because when I'm driving, they do rattle open. So they end up just hanging down like this. And then when I open the door from the outside coming in, these are already open and then it just scratches the side of the van. So I'm going to remove them, I think, because they're just more of a pain than anything else. I could actually just move it to up here. Probably work fine then. Well, it's officially night time. It's actually 11 o'clock. Don't know where the time's gone. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's actually 9 o'clock in the morning. Can't remember the last time I slept in this late. And it's absolutely hammering it down outside. We'll have a look out the front in a minute. I'm just gonna get up, put the bed away, get dressed, and then we're gonna head to the beach. I was hoping it was gonna be a nice sunny day for a beach day, but it's not. I'm still going in the water though. Do you know, I actually packed a change of clothes because I thought going to the beach today, shorts, t-shirt. But by the sound of that weather, it's not gonna be a pleasant day out there. But on rainy, miserable days like this, the best thing to do is just to, if you're gonna get wet anyway, is just to get in the sea. And that was always going to be my plan for today anyway. So believe it or not, I slept with this ajar last night and no water got in. So, winning. No, somebody's coming. I should not turn my CCTV off quite so early. Okay, let's go. For rainy days like today, I have Crocs to wear. I'm going to just nip outside and take the signs off. It's worth me mentioning as well that if you want to have your very own little stealth camps, but in a much bigger van, then you might want to enter my raffle to win my full transit camper van, which I converted. I'll link it at the end, but you've got to be in it to win it. Right, well, no one nicked my signs, which is good. Just live down there for the minute. Right, let's go to the beach.
Oh, my soul's out of control. Oh, my soul, I could die, grow so cold.
We have arrived. Well, at least now we're at the beach, I can open the van up properly. Which means I can shut my toilet seat now. Can't believe I did that. Right, let's get in the sea. Lost the cushion. Nearly lost another one. Snorkel fins. Snorkel. Wetsuits. Towel. Time to get suited up. get in the sea. Now every time I come to this beach I normally go around this way, which is where the shipwreck is. We've been there loads of times, we're going to go this side. If you haven't seen that video where, well, the multiple videos where I've visited that shipwreck, then maybe look at some of my older videos. I have walked quite a way out so far, and I'm not even just getting up to waist deep. I'm just gonna acclimatise myself. Don't know about you, but well, I don't know about you, you're not here, but this water feels so much colder than it normally does. I really don't know how these women do it, and these men as well, that literally go cold water swimming all year round. I've got a wetsuit on. This is a 5'4" wetsuit and I'm freezing. Probably should have put my gloves on. Right, I think I've climatised. Let's go. So as you may be aware, I am now back in the van and everything was going fine. I was literally just about to reach the sea cave. That was the whole reason why I actually swam out that side. And this, my GoPro Hero 12, let me down. I did actually go in the sea cave because I wanted to see how much it changed since the last time I've been there. It's been a couple of years, but for whatever reason, this GoPro Hero 12 just decided, I'm not going to work anymore. I don't know whether some water got in there. I mean, I'm not being funny, but if your seals aren't good enough to be in the sea, then they shouldn't say that without a case, it's fine to dive up to 10 meters. And I was nowhere near that depth. And I've had this a few times with GoPro. This one here now, I don't know if it's ever gonna work. Again, hopefully I haven't lost all my footage. This GoPro Hero 11 Mini, which I never use because 9 times out of 10 it just won't switch on and it crashes. The only one that I've ever had that's never let me down is this, which is a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Like, the older ones just seem to be a bit more bulletproof, I think. And I know what you're probably thinking, well Sean, you know, you could just get a plastic case to go over it which will allow it to be protected better when you're in the water, but the problem with that is that I like to talk when I'm out there, and when you put these into those plastic waterproof cases, the audio just gets all messed up, so you can't actually go from being in the water to I'm going to talk to you now, because it would just sound all like this and you won't be able to hear it. So ultimately I could have taken this, which is my Insta360, but you can't take the actual screen, so you can only actually take this part. But I've lost one of these already in the sea this year. Well, it was last year, but within the last 12 months I've lost one of these, so I didn't really want to do that. So I'm hoping that if I just sort of dry this out a little bit, it will still work. And then, yeah, see that? All that water coming out of there. But the main thing is the memory card actually looks unscathed, so hopefully I can still get my footage off that. I mean, you'll know anyway because you would have seen the footage. Because of all that drama, I'm going to sit here, drink my coffee and enjoy the view, which you probably can't see because it's really bright. Right, well, on that note, I'm going to head home and see if I can get... On that note, I'm going to head home, see if I can get this fixed, or working at least. Thank you to everybody that continues to support this channel. I really appreciate it. Not only everyone that is a member or that buys me a beer through the link in the description, but also just everyone that watches. I really, really appreciate it. And other than that, I'll see you next week. Cheers!